Hello and welcome from Oulton Park for round 3 of the VBTCR Championship. Built into the natural contours of the Cheshire countryside, Oulton Park's combination of stunning scenery and spectacular racing make it one of the most picturesque and best loved circuits for spectators and competitors alike. Over more than 60 years, it has gathered a reputation as the country's toughest test for both car and driver. I am Tim Cox, and of course I always have Shane Dunn alongside me in the production booth. Coming to you from the VBTCR Broadcast Centre. Well, what can we say? Oulton Park, we're running without the Britain's chicanes. There's going to be plenty of chance to slipstream behind the drivers on the run down to Hislops. So expect some fast, frantic and exciting overtakes through Hilltop. Now, just taking a little look back to the previous rounds, we've had 4 different winners in Pro and 4 different winners in AM so far. Can we carry on with that same level of excitement and unpredictability in the championship? Well, it remains to be seen across the next 2 races here at Oulton Park, and we'll get to find out shortly who's come out victorious. Another interesting fact for you as well, in AM, driver who has finished third for both races, with Sky and Simmons picking up the third places in Silverstone and Donington respectively. So that's another one little stat to keep you occupied with and keep one eye on as we head through the broadcast. Now, of course, we've got the voting well underway for the next round, which is the Joker round. We could be heading to 4 amazing tracks in Japan: Okayama, Suzuka, the Twin Motegi, Tsukuba. Be interesting to see where we head. I can't wait for that next round already, but let's just head across to Oulton Park and let's take you up to date with the championship standings. Max Boyd Anderson leads the way on 157 points, with now a 20-point advantage of the Madford Mini Huskinvale driver Ryan Elliott. He's got Tom Standridge nipping at his heels though. He's only 5 points behind in 3rd place, and there's a bit of a gap emerging for the tightly contested 4th place, with 2 points separating 3 drivers: Pearson, Jones and Neil. And Neil's been on a bit of recovery, so it'd be interesting to see if he can carry on that momentum throughout the rest of the season. Of course, he picked up the victory in race 2 last time out at Donington. Then we've got Gibson, Smith, Fry and Money taking you up to your top 10. And then a bit of a gap starting to emerging down to John Bailiff, 10 points behind Money. He's in 11th right now. Seth Van Alst, he's had a bit of a mixed championship so far. Currently finds himself 12th in 84. Then Roman Pesh, who's already got race victory to his name. He's on 70 points and have not been with us the last couple of rounds. Then Gerrity, Dunn. And then moving down through the championship, we've got Young. He's in 19th with Goodacre, the Yam driver, currently occupying 20th. Now, Goodacre, he's had a podium overall coming in race 2 at Silverstone in round 1. The Yam driver, so that's one to keep a bit of an eye out for. As you can see, tightly congested as always, with groups starting to emerge. Simmons, Coombe, Kent, Martin, Goldies, McGarrity. That little battle is going to be an interesting one for the rest of the season. McCabe's not far away either. Let's take a look at the rookie championship standings. So we've got Goodacre leading the way, as I mentioned earlier. That 3rd place overall back in Silverstone really helping him in that championship. However, Morris is only 5 points behind in the TR powered by Geeks Energy car. Then we've got Sky Clist, who is tied on points for 4th place with the Welshman Edwards on 35 points. But then 6 points behind him is Simmons in 6th with Kent. He's tied on points for 7th with William Martin of Martin's Discount Stores. And likewise, Peter Goldies as well tied in that. Alpha McGarrity running at the top 10. He's on 20 points right now. Then we've got a tie for 11th with Duncan Steele and James Elliott. For Elliott James even, on 17 points. And Johannes Leppert yet to score a point, this Swede, in the championship. There's still plenty of time to make up for that, including tonight. We have still got 3 more rounds left to get some points on the board. Now let's head across into the championship standings for the teams. Well, Pulse's Esports have been so dominant this season. sitting at the top on 282 points, a whopping 70 points clear of UK sim racing. However, Manfred Mini Huskenveld, they're only 2 points behind in third place, so that second place is really, really hotting up, and that's going to be an interesting one to watch for the rest of the season. They really cut adrift though from Sapphire Simsport, who are currently in fourth on a 106.8, and then on 136th, they have a racing team with 10 points behind them, Team ORD. That's up team order previously. I've been corrected on that one, rightly so. They're certainly not ordinary. As Insignia, they're up tied for 896 points with Positively Racing. Then 10th place is Checkers Racing on 94 points. Then we've got Spud Motorsport on 86. Then a 19-point advantage over TR powered by Geeks Energy. With Team Mad Simmortal on 64. And then Ignium taking up very close behind. But let's get into race one. Let's get ready to go racing from Oulton Park, and we are away, and Perch getting an absolute blinding start there in the Hyundai Veloster, but really streaking clear of Elliott in these early stages. And unlike last time we visited Oulton Park last season, all the drivers have got away cleanly. Of course, we now have the second chance start this season with the safety car. If we do have another disastrous start like we had last time we visited here, already the Hyundai showing their dominance in this championship, as we just see Van Ols making a move there on Gray, getting up the inside through Island Bend in the Audi. What's that Honda Civic Type R? Oh no, and that's the Honda of Murray just losing it there into shallow oils, but managing to recover it. Amazing they didn't collect anyone. We still haven't had anyone head to the pits. You see from the track map in the top right just how everyone's in one long mega train right now. It's Young currently in second place. However, a bit of argy-bargy all in the background there. I think that's Dandridge, it is. He's off, and he's going to get a slowdown from that one, so that's not going to help him at all. The best of luck since race 2 at round 1 at Silverstone. To that second place. Just see Bailiff mounting an assault here. Sits behind Ryan Elliott. However, as we look back from Elliott, Bailiff has got Van Ols right with him, and that's going to be contact there. Bailiff getting the elbows out. It's the three different manufacturers scrapping out of the last place on the podium. Hyundai, Honda and Audi. There's the German back to the championship and resumes normal service out in front at the end of lap 1. As we see Dunn just making a nice little move there into Old Hall corner, but it's not done and dusted. There's fighting on the outside. That's Smith in the Audi, and he's reclaimed it somehow. Now Edwards, he wants to get a piece of the action, and all sideways there from Cascade. That's not going to help him. He's dropped down to 15th now. So we see the recovering Dandridge. It cost him so dearly. Down to 16th place. It's Dunn now heads up this train. Honda Elantra. It's got Smith, Dandridge, Leppit all tucked up right behind him. But this battle for third, it is not done and dusted, and it's still going on. It's Bailiff now having to defend from Van Olst. Has got a lot of pace. He's had 2 second places in the last, second place last time out at Donington in race 2. Real mixed bag. You do have to wonder if he had a bit more luck in this championship, just where he would be in the championship standings right now. As we come through Druids. Right behind, only really one line through there, although knowing this lot, I'm sure they'll find a way to make it too wide. It's Crowther trying to catch up onto the back of Thornton and McCain. Insignia racing driver. Standridge trying to pick his way through the field. Dunn's lost a couple of places there with Geraghty and Smith looking like they've got past him. Behind him, Leppit and Money. Swede trying to get off the mark in the championship standings with some points on the board, but that looks like that's going to be a retirement to the pits. Let's take a look at the replay. Is it contact? Oh, it's net code. The Swede just can't get a break in that Hyundai Elantra. There's, ooh, off there. That's Isaac Barkley. Pod doesn't have a rallycross, but he's trying to invent one. He ran down to Shell Oils, and that's cost him 3 places, potentially even a 4th. Garrity now, right behind him. In that Insignia Honda Civic Type R. But once again, this battle for 3rd. Young having to defend from Bailiff, however. So it's Elliott, isn't it, Young? Cool, right up into the back of Elliott. This what was a battle for 3rd is now a battle for 2nd. Some 5 cars involved, Pesh. He's checked out in front, nearly 4 seconds clear. We head through Druids. They're trying to wind up the car now. They're run down to Lodge Corner. Young going to make a lunge up the inside. He has a bit of a look. He might back out of it and tuck back in onto the racing line. Day locking at the podium positions once again here at Oulton Park. Through Old Hall, down the avenue, through Denton's, and then into Cascades. They're going to remain as they are by the looks of things, but Crowther, he's on the attack. To try and nick 10th place off Fulton. Now the RS3. Just hooks up amazing through it, but Bailiff versus Youngs side by side there through Island Bend, and they emerge out of it the other side in one piece somehow. And Van Olsen, he's onto the attack, trying to find a bit of grip right round the outside there at Shell Oil's corner, and Sam Van Olsen in the Audi RS3 takes it in spectacular fashion, carried all the momentum. However, he needs to be careful the run down Hilltop into Hislops, because he's going to come under a lot of pressure from Young. Bit of a gap starting to emerge between this pack. Starting to drop Pearson off the back end of it. However, his racecraft, he'll be closing in onto the back end if this lot starts scrapping a little bit more, like we've seen him do already. Crowther finally going to make his way past Thornton Barkley. As we saw him at Shell Oils. Now off track, but not the best of momentum. And, well, Barkley giving Thornton a bit of the bump draft, it looked like. On the run down to Lodge Corner. However, it's costing a bit here. So really all on top of one another right now. Trying to find a way to defend. Here we right on board. We're looking back to Crowther. Crowther is going to be ruining that opportunity where he didn't manage to get past Thornton, and now Barkley firmly in full attack mode as we head down Lakeside. They're dragging it out here. And that is the move done from Barkley. Past Thornton. Just bunching up in the background. Dandridge trying to find some pace around the outside, like Van Olsen did on the previous lap. But not managing to make that successful, and we've got a battle for 2nd. It's holding up, and Bailiff, is he going to take it? Oh no, he's onto the grass. Oh, he's running in too deep in this contact there. Young, caught up in that, and pointing in the opposite direction. The motorsport driver. This is from Van Olsen's point of view. Oh, he was one lucky boy there to not get caught up in that one. And oh, just onto the grass was Young. That does mean his Pearson's been brought right back into it. As we see Dandridge here making a bit of progress. Talking of progress, this is a switch for 20th position between Gibson and Edwards. Well, I say a switch. Oh, wow! Edwards, what a move there. Sideways into Druid's corner, and somehow he makes it stick. He's a Tory car, so we're not playing Tokyo Drift here. And what a manoeuvre. What an overtake. You're never going to see that again, surely. There's Clist here. currently 4th in AM, and that was the change of position for the last podium place in AM. Morris leading AM right now. James in 2nd as we see Crowther finally getting past Thornton there. Thornton now down to 11th team ORD. Could leave another place because Garrity and that Honda Civic sidebar is on the attack, because we know the Honda strong point is straight line speed. He's moved out of the drop, he's having a bit of a look, just trying to get inside Thornton's head right now. He's pushing, he's slaloming around all over the back end of Thornton, trying to make him look into his mirrors just to distract him from hitting his brake marker and his turning points. But Thornton says, no thank you, I'm not having any of that. The maintains at 11th place for now, but Dandridge, he's right up onto the back of him in the Hyundai Veloster. And he looks like he could well get past Garrity here onto the brakes, into Lodge. And oh, he's just going to squeeze it up the inside there. If he can maintain it round the outside of Dearly, he's going to have the inside to Old Hall as here comes Dandridge. This is going to be the change in position. Up to 12 on the recovery and elbows out on the exit. Garrity out onto the grass. That will allow Smith through as well. Oh no, it's all gone a bit wrong. The run down the avenue. Smith, the innocent bystander there. Contact with Garrity, who was recovering the car. We look back from Dandridge, just going to give us another perspective. There comes Garrity, oh, back onto the track, tags the rear end of Smith, and off into the barrier, exit stage left, go those two, as they headed into Denton's. See Morris right now having to defend this lead in AM to James. Quite often seems to be seeing Hyundai versus Honda here at Oulton. On to the brakes, everyone just about gets it stopped in time into Hislops. Now who's going to get the best exit out of Knickerbrook? Up Clay Hill, past Water Tower. Elliott just sizing, so James just sizing up right now. Morris, surely this is going to be a bit of a lunge here into Lodge Corner on lap 8 out of 12. 2/3 race distance completed. Race 1, and this is going to be the change for the lead in AM. Surely no, Morris just holds it round. Oh, he's outbraked himself, and Young could even get past here as well. That's going to play right to James's hands if you've got a car between himself and Morris. If James picks this up, that'll well, or Morris even, it'll be their first win in rookie class. Second place battle reigns on. Elliott versus Van Olsen. Here comes Van Olsen up the inside. He's absolutely got shell oils down to a T. Flash of the lights from Bailiff in the background there. Trying a distraction. Van Olsen up the inside. Locks up a little bit likewise as Elliott, and it's going to get a move stick, and there's almost contact there on the exit of Knickerbrook. But Van Olsen holds on to it. Elliott down to 3rd, and now he's getting absolutely swamped by Bailiff, who's going to sneak up the inside as we head past Water Tower, but he's right around the outside of Druids. I said about earlier about not being able to make it too wide out there. Bailiff, oh, he's out onto the grass. Contact with the wall, that's going to kill off all his momentum. Surely that is his chance of a podium done and dusted now. Now it's between Van Olsen, Elliott and Gray for 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Hesh, wow, the German 8 seconds clear of the field. He has checked out fully in 1st place. It's Gray. Honda trying to find a way to mount an attack onto Elliott. As we see Dandridge. He's had a cracking recovery drivers, Dandridge. His next target, currently in 10th. exits. That finding velocity gets me right on board with Dandridge right now. Turns the screw, increasing the pressure on Thornton. He's going to get the best exit out of Shell Oils. Drag race begins. It's Thornton withering a bit here under the pressure. Can he fend off Dandridge? I mean, Crowther isn't far in front of him. Thornton will be desperate to try and nick a place back off of Crowther. It's looking very strong right now, this Crowther. Elliott's trying to defend. Clinging on to dear life. To that last place on the podium. Van Olst, he's got ahead now. 1.6 seconds clear of Elliott. But Gray now on the attack. And I tell you what, Bailiff, he's caught right up onto the back of these guys. He looked down and out. Pearson isn't far behind either. As we head across the start-finish line onto lap 10. Bailiff just moving out of traffic. I think a bit of a flash of the lights there to say, I'm here. Don't forget about me. I'm going to be a thorn in your side. Gray needs to be very, very tactful of when he mounts an attack on Elliott. If he doesn't get it right, you know full well that Bailiff is going to be there, ready to pounce. Like a lion in the savannah, stalking his prey, waiting for the right moment. So on board with Bailiff. Here we go, winding the car up. Ooh, Bailiff just had a bit of a hesitation there on the acceleration on the exit. It's just going to cost him a little bit of a gap, and that just might give the breathing space that Gray needs. And down over hilltop, onto the brakes, into his lops. I tell you what, Bailiff is strong on the brakes, and Elliott is really struggling right now, it seems. Gray is kicking up a bit of dirt there on the entrance to Knickerbrook. Clay Hill once more as we head back down the field. Battles up and down the field here today at Oulton Park. And Young, ooh, hello, bit of an incident there in the background. Money, and oh, that is your leader in rookies class. James of Insignia. Oh no, just couldn't get it stopped in time. And that's surely going to cost him the victory, maybe even a podium, it looks like. He's down to 5th in the rookie class, 21st overall. This is yet another battle that just will not go away. It's battle over 10th place. Andrew's still holding on to that one, just pulling out a bit of a gap over McCabe and Dunn. Now himself just trying to find a way past Crowther. There's 2 more laps left here in race 1. That's all Elliott needs to hold on for. It would be his 2nd time on the podium. The time came was the 2nd place in race 1 also. That was at Donington last time out. Elliott, wow, he's going to have to defend because Gray is pushing and pushing hard, and this could be the move round the outside into his lops. Elliott just about clinging on, just about keeping it on the track. Bailiff just into the back of Gray there, and now Pearson, he's right into the fight as well. Just a little bit of issues, just trying to stay in touch with these 3 as Pearson, so interesting to see if he can remain onto it as we're still side by side. These 2 practically holding hands right round the circuit. But Elliott, despite having the inside line, gets the better momentum out of Druids. And place your bets now, folks, of how this one will end. We've got more chance of working this one out if we wrote all their names on a piece of paper and threw them up into the air. White flag flies. 1 lap left to go. Pearce is still leading. He's got a 10-second advantage over Van Olst. Belgian driver is 2 seconds now ahead of this gaggle of cars scrapping it out in this absolute dogfight for the last place on the podium. And Elliott just has 2/3 of a lap to hold on, can he? And a bit of a twitch there on the entrance to Island Bend. Veloster is looking feisty. As here comes Gray. Surely this is going to be a last lap lunge into Hislops. Here we go. That is Leppit ahead of them. It's a lapped car, 28th place currently. It looks like Elliott might have just done enough. There is one last chance into Lodge Corner. And if he's within a remote half a distance of being close enough, you can bet your bottom dollar Gray will make a lunge. But practically not seen him since the start of the race. But Roman Persh is going to claim the race 1 victory. His second win in the championship. We're on his debut. It's all happening here. Bailiff trying to find a way past right at the depth. But Gray's going to hold on to 4th, and Elliott miraculously somehow clinches that 3rd place. I don't know how he's quite managed to do that one. It's Dunn trying to nick another place off of Thornton. This is going to be close right at the line. Wow. 8/hundredths of a second, sorry, between those two. And let's take you through your Class 5 results for race 1. Roman Persh back to winning ways. Just returned to the championship, and 10 seconds, nearly 11 in fact, clear with Van Ols in 2nd place. And then we had Elliott in 3rd. Interestingly, for most drivers, that's the 2nd time on the podium. With Gray in 4th, Bailiff 5th. Martin Pearson just couldn't quite do enough to make a move and disrupt the pack in front of him. He finishes 6th. Duncan Murray, didn't really mention the South African all race, but a solid 7th for him. He kept his nose clean. Barclay, a good recovery drive for him for Sapphire Simsport to come home in 8th. With Crowther 9th and the recovering Dandridge squeezing inside the top 10. Then we had Thornton, Dunn, McCabe, Chris Young beavering that mistake down at Hislops. Finishes 14th. Then the podium in rookie Morris, Kliss and Edwards, making our 5th different winner this season within the rookie championship. Gibson is 18th, and Steele and McGarity ran out the top 20. We've got Simmons, Martin, Jacob Money in 23rd. James, well, he was leading that incident, cost him so dearly. Finishes 7th in rookie in the end, 24th overall. The last car in the lead lap. Then we've got Ryan Smith. That's the lapped cars with Fraser McGarity, Peter Goldies, who's had a podium previously in the AM, so actually a win, apologies. So a bit of disappointing performance from him. In the break, we like to bring a bit of history to the VBTCR Championship, and let's talk about the first ever touring car race here. It was all the way back at 1960. It was round 4 of that season, the Super Tourer British Saloon Car Championship. Now, the 4th round of the season was confused the paddock somewhat, as the BSCC cars would be running in the same race as GT cars, although it would only be the 1000cc class touring cars that would be eligible for BSCC points. Now, while the first 5 positions in the race went, of course, you could imagine, to the GT cars, 6 overall went to David Lewis using a non-championship eligible Jaguar Mark II. Now, of the drivers that were eligible, well, of course, for championship points, they went to 2nd and 3rd place, and Edward Lewis claimed top honours in the Austin A40, winning the 1000cc category. And John Alley, who'd only joined the championship at the round prior at Maori Park, he claimed 2nd of the actual point scorers in the 1000cc category. And BD Whitaker, what a name! Both him and Alley, they were driving Austin A35s for Cambridge Racing. Don't get classic names like that in racing anymore. It was a bit of an interesting championship year there, because it kicked off at Brands Hatch. It was an 8-round championship. They then visited Snetterton for round 2, Mallory Park for round 3, and round 4 was at Oulton Park before they visited Snetterton again with Brands Hatch then making up the last 3 rounds of the championship. The championship that season, of course, into the dock. Well, let's have a cross for race 2. Who's going to come out on top? Let's get ready to go racing here at Oulton Park for the 2nd time in the VBTCR Championship. And oh, a really bad start there. I think that might have been Goldie's there. Not getting away. Everyone else making it away cleanly. And oh, there's a bit of contact in the background. Could we see the safety car free? 4 cars caught up in turn 1 action. Either left it. He's been in the championship so far, but he's holding his own already in 4th. However, he's got Goldie's currently tied up, tucked up right behind him. Battle for the lead in the rookie class, however, Garrity just dropping a bit back over Mace, who's leading the way. Ryan Smith looking for a bit of redemption. He's currently holding on to 3rd. We head down to Hislops, onto the brakes. Talking about onto the brakes. Is Young getting past Edwards there for 9th overall. What Edwards would have wanted, because James is currently 3rd in rookie class. He is currently in 8th. Now a car between himself and James in the form of Young. And look who's right behind them. Tandridge just getting involved in the mix there. As we see Dunn. He's got and a bit of rally crossing there. That's Edwards, and that's going to cost him that 3rd place. James getting past as all on to the brakes. Oh, a very, very squirrely Hyundai Elantra there. And Morris there. Bailiff tries to find a way past, carrying more momentum out of Old Hall. And we're going to have 2 wide, 3 wide in the background there, just behind the timing tower. His good job is transparent, so you can just about see that on your screens. This could go absolutely anywhere. We've seen it all last season and again this season from race 2 with that reverse grid element. Anything can happen and anything will happen. Driver's caught up in that first corner incident into the pits as Crowther, Pearson, Goldies, Garrity. Pesh as well, your race 1 winner. He was caught up in that one as well, and Barkley as too. So big drama and big stories already coming out of race 2. Heading on to the 2nd lap as there's Edwards. He's flying by in the Audi. The change for position behind him. It's great. Morrison, Van Olst scrap it out, and just a bit there. Great out onto the grass, and that might cost him. Van Olst, he's trying to make his way past Morris, trying to find a way up the inside into Druids. They just about make it through somehow, but well, maybe not, as Morris out onto the grass, and all needs to be careful when rejoining. Nearly a big collision there, but Van Olst, he's locked in a battle with Elliott. Oh, and arriving backwards into Lodge Corner as Clist. After a strong race 1. See everyone wiggling around over the track. Oh no! Clist taken out there by Morris, who just locked up the rear brakes and lost control of his car. He was on the grass trying to do the right thing, keep out of everyone's way of the battle that was happening. Back to this battle for the lead, and they've really created a bit of a pocket of space for themselves now to fight it out. Top 3, 1.5 seconds clear of Money, who's in 4th. As something's happened to James, he's falling right down through the order. So he's come off track somewhere. Oh, and he's out, so he's had an incident somewhere. But Smith on the attack for the race lead. Into Hislops, he's on the outside. Mace is just going to cover that one off. Should have run in a bit too deep there, just to open up the steering, to shut the door on Smith. Kill off any momentum that he might have to come back alongside. cracking piece of the defending there from Mace. As we see, he has got your leader in the rookie class, Lepit, behind him. Sweet, coming into this round, he's on 0 points. So if he can hold on to this one, he is down to bank a big haul here in race 2 from Oulton Park. So that is Bailiff versus Oulton. We saw that so much in race 1, and it is back on in race 2. And a flash of the lights there. He knew the cameras were watching. Say, look what I just did. I've got 9th place. Dunn right behind Fulton. Fulton leaves another place. We're talking about losing places. Van Ols might lose one. No, McCabe just about has to back. Can't quite make it there. Has to back out of it. It gets a much better exit, and Van Ols has no reply whatsoever. The driver who finished 2nd in race 1 now finds himself demoted to 14th. Young, something's happened to him. He's come off track. It looks like he lost a ton of places. Talking about coming off track, Dunn trying to find a way right around the outside, and he's now dropped a place to Gray. He says, thank you very much. I'll have a piece of that one. Is this finally the change for the lead? No, it's not. It's a repeat, a carbon copy of what we saw on the previous lap. Smith on the outside. Mace just opening the steering up once again. Get his car right in front of Smith. He is holding on to this lead for dear life. Equally, they are getting away from money in 4th. 9 seconds of difference as Lepit trying to defend. He's got Gibson. Sorry, that is yes, it's Gibson right behind him. This is close between these two side by side. This is the last thing Lepit wants. He's been acknowledged that Edwards, the Welshman, the other rookie driver, is down in 15th now. So Lepit has got a bit of time to play with, doesn't have to worry too much about taking the key victory, just holding on, keeping his nose clean, but he is mixing it up with the pros. TCR, basically this is coming up behind. James, who just moves across the right. Little flash of the lights there from Garrity to his teammates say, don't forget about me, I'm coming through as well. I want to stay part of this battle. Wow, look at the way Smith closes up through Shell Oils. And they basically touch a much better exit for Smith. Mace is going to defend that inside once again. Smith with all the hard work to do. Hasn't been able to make it successful around the outside so far. Once again, Mace just shuts the door. However, Garrity's coming right into the fight. Dropped off a little bit, but where those two have slowed each other up into his slops, he's now closed right into the battle. Mace just taking these much shallower lines, covering off the inside, and Smith needs to be careful as much as he's fixated on Mace. Garrity is now swarming all over him. It's ringing around like a ferocious hive of bees. Pushing, prodding, poking, jabbing, trying to find a way past. Now he's going to look for the switchback, surely. No, he's just going to carry it right round the outside as Garrity and Smith could lose 2nd place. Mace is getting away. He's opened up a 7/10 advantage, and that is the move done. Garrity up into 2nd, into Cascades. And what reply has Smith got? We look back from Garrity. I'll tell you what, Money's taken a 2nd out of these top 3 on the last lap. See, just in the background there, behind James and the other Insignia Honda Civic Type R. Smith needs to find a way past. He might elect just to sit behind and work with Garrity to gang up to double team on Mace. Half race distance, Mace leads from Garrity, Smith, Money, Dandridge and Bailiff with Leppert. There he is, the Swede. 7th overall and leading in rookies. 8th is Gibson, 9th Dunn, Young in 10th, and then 2nd in rookies it's Edwards in the Audi RS3 and Steele, another Audi. Running out the podium positions in the rookie class right now. Everett through Druids for the 6th time today in race 2. And Gibson is in full attack mode. Dials are turned up to the max. As he turned them up maybe a bit too far. As here comes Dunn, and he's got right alongside, round the outside there of Dear Lee. That's going to give him the inside to Old Hall, and surely this is going to be done up into A for jab of the brakes just to get the car to turn in a bit more there. As, no, it could go from bad to worse because Young, now he wants a piece of the fight, and he could get a 2-for-1 meal deal, and he is dining out on it here. As that is 2 positions in as many corners on the inside as we all drag it out towards Island Bend. Dunn just carries enough momentum to get ahead once again of Young. Interesting, the different lines being taken by the drivers. Dunn a few times select for that slightly higher line and just carry a bit more speed, utilising that banking and Shell Oils corners to the max. And now, our top 3, we're scrapping out alone. Look what's happened. Money, Dandridge and Bailiff, they're all right up with them. And they've come along for the fight. And what was a 3-way battle for the victory? It's now a 6-way battle. And this is why we love touring cars. The closeness of the VBTCR Championship is being played out here in epic style in race 2 at Oulton Park. So you see Gibson. It's at the rear end of this 4-car train being led by Leppert right now. Then we've got Dunn, Young, Gibson, as Gibson trying to reclaim that place back from Young. It's this battle for the lead. Well, it is fully on. 6 cars. We know the place that Dandridge has got. Bailiff equally in that Honda in the rear of this 6-car train. A cracking race in race 1. Down into shallows once again. Top 3 really nose to tail. It's starting to break away once again. Really been seeing the group behind catching up and deciding to work together as we see Young trying to find a way past Dunn, and this could be the move. Dunn as all know we've got a change on here between Young and Dunn. Up at the top there, I thought I saw Mason Garrity swap big places, and that goes down. Oh no! Big contact there! Down at Hidslops. And it was always going to happen. Oh, and they all tripped up. I think it was over Leppert, wasn't it? Braked a lot sooner. This is from Gibson's point of view. The Team ORD driver. Oh no! And wow. That is the dangers of those tyre barriers. They are rock solid. They do not give, well, let alone an inch and even a millimetre. And they are race ending if you make a big old contact like that. And talking of making contact, we could have a bit of argy-bargy, a bit of elbows out on the exit. Bailiff round the outside at turn 1 of Dandridge. In spectacular style. As now Smith, he's lost another place. He's lost once of Money. Money now up into the podium positions. Here comes Bailiff. Once again, full attack mode. Up the inside into Island Bend. Says thank you very much. And Smith now down to 5th. In a matter of corners. Bailiff is up 2 places. Smith is down 2. As here comes Garrity. Trying to find a way past Mace. These 6, they're a slashing, they're a hacking at one another. And we have got 3 laps remaining. There's is Money going to squeeze right around the outside of Garrity? No, he's not. He's going to get onto the grass. He's going to have to back out of it a little bit there. He just tucks back in. But here comes Bailiff. He's on the attack. He knows that Money is a little bit slow off the corner, and he's positioning his car just about right to get up the inside here into Druid's corner, but he has to back out of it a little bit. But Dandridge, he's on the attack. And here comes Smith. He wants a bit of the action. He wants a bit of a down jump. Just squeezes Dandridge out wide there and tucks back in. Dandridge down to 6th. Smith back up to 5th and trying to recover, but it's been all about the dominance of the Hondas here in race 2. They occupy the top 4 places. What has been such a dominant display all season long from the Hyundais. Lap 10. Mace leads from Garrity, Bailiff in 3rd, then Money, Smith, Dandridge. Seeing Smith out onto the grass, just keeping up to date with what's happening. Rookies, Leppard still leads, he's 9th overall, then Edwards 12th overall, Steele 3rd of the rookies, 14th overall. But this is where it's at. This is why we come racing, for moments like this. Oh, as they're banging doors there. Money and Bailiff on the entrance aisle, I bet. Oh no, they've squeezed each other off. It was always going to end up in tears. As we see Bailiff and Money squeezing, just Bailiff onto the grass a little bit there. No, sorry, Money onto the grass, I think it was. Wow. Clearly these two never listen to their parents of the perennial calm down or someone's going to get hurt. In this instance, it was Bailiff. That is looking at bruised and battered rear end of that Honda Civic Type R. Gray, he's now up into 5th. Wow. Drama. And I get the feeling that we aren't done yet. Now down to 4 cars in the battle for the lead. 2 of the Hondas gone. They've been demoted down, but Dandridge, well, solid driving from him once more up into 4th. As Mace having to defend from Garrity once again. Holds on. There's Dandridge really pushing it to the max. He's on the track and a bit more there on the exit of Old Hall Corner. As Elliott tries to find a way past Bailiff. Bailiff surely going to be lacking a bit of top line speed, but a bit of downforce. Well, he's still having a good old go. Still scrapping it out. Look back from him, that is Elliott just trying to sneak right around the outside, and Bailiff is going to get a flashback here. Would only happen 1 lap ago, but they're going to make it through this time, and Bailiff is just going to try and hold on right around the outside, but Elliott sneaks it through. That is Elliott up into 6th in the Veloster. 2 laps to go. Time is running out for Garrity. He's going to be sick and tired of looking at the rear end of Mace's car. And Smith and Dandridge, they have closed right in. And about 1.5 seconds covering the entirety of our top 4. As we come round Druids. Head down towards Lodge Corner for the penultimate time, and Dandridge, well, trying to find a way past on the grass. Kevin Estra style there. Has to back out of it. Could have cost him dearly, but here he comes, trying to find a way, carry all the momentum through dearly to sneak up the inside. White flag buys, 1 lap to go in race 2 of round 3 of the VBTCR Championship here from Oulton Park. Can Mace hold on? Through Cascades. And Dandridge now. That is going to be him up into the podium position, surely past Smith. Smith just conceding that position. Now Garrity needs to get the best exit he has ever had out of Shalloy's corner. If he is to stand any remote chance of launching an attack into his lops. But look at the run Dandridge is getting. We are right on board with him right now. He is like a rocket. That Veloster is definitely prime card to have coming out of Charles Oils. Oh, bit of banging in the background there. That was Smith into the back of Dandridge, I think. And here comes Garrity. Just has to dip out of it once more. Mace surely couldn't hold on to this because now Garrity has got Dandridge swarming all over the rear end of his car. Dandridge moves to the inside. There's nearly contact for him once again as we run up towards Druid's corner. This could go absolutely any way. But look at the exit that Smith is going to get. He's got a chance to try and launch it past Dandridge. But maybe they're just going to remain as they are. Who knows? Because Garrity is just pulling out and closing right into the back of Mace, but Mace might just hold on to this one for what will be his first victory of the season. And Mace takes it from Garrity. Dandridge picks up the last podium for what is his second visit for Dandridge onto the podium. Garrity's first time. And what a race end to race 2. Mace taking the victory here at Oulton Park with Garrity in second and Dandridge in the Veloster in third. Smith had to settle for fourth in the end, and then we had Gray, Elliott, Bailiff, who were all within the shout early on. That contact definitely cost them. Up to seventh, it's McCabe in eighth, and your winner in rookies, Johannes Leppert, came into this round with no points on the board and leaves with a race victory to his name. A great result for the Swede in 9th. Shane Dunn finishes 10th. And then 11th and 12th were 2nd and 3rd on the podium in the rookies class with Ricky Edwards and Duncan Steele. Then Sam Van Olst, after a good race 1, finishes 13th. Might be a little disappointed by that one. Then Simmons 14th, Crowther 15th, then Martin, Clist and Pearson taking up to 18th place. And Pearson, one of the drivers caught up in that first corner incident, so good result from him. And last driver on the lead lap with Elliot James. First of the drivers 1 lap down. Roman Pesha, race 1 winner, 20th in the end. A lap down, that's gotta hurt. Thornton, he had a good result in race 1. He also finishes a lap down, likewise Goldies and McGarrity. And 3 laps down was Jacob Money, with Duncan Murray finishing 4 laps ago. Chris Young and Gibson 5 laps down. Wow. What does that mean for the championship standings? Well, Elliott moves up a place. Likewise does Dandridge and Pearson. Only 6 points separating our top 2 though. That's Borgensen, who we didn't have this round, demoted 3 places. And just behind him in 5th, and only 4 points behind him, is his teammate John Bailiff of Pulse's Esports. And what a climb for him, up 6 places to 5th. Ryan Smith, he is in 6th, up a couple of places. And then Sam Van Os up 5 places. Likewise with Roman Pesh on his return. That win definitely helping his ways. But, well, if he hadn't have had that disastrous turn 1 in race 2, just how much higher would he have been? Michael Gray up to a whopping 12 places into 9th, and only a point ahead of Garrity, and that rounds out your top 10. Gibson, Jack Johnson, we didn't have this time. He's now a point ahead of Neil, who likewise we didn't see out on track today. Shane Dunn climbs a place up into 14th on 110 points, now 10 points clear of Fry. Then we've got Mace after that cracking result. He climbs places. Barkley 19th down a place. Ricky Edwards moves at 6 places to 20th. Mark McCabe, another driver rising big here at Oulton. He's up 12 places on 69 points in time with Ricky Edwards for 20th. We've got Scott Malcolm, Morris, Young, Simmons, Clist, Crowther. Another big gainer. He's up 10 places on 52 points and really close between himself, Morris, Young and Simmons. Then we've got Goodacre, previous race winner. And then we've got Martin, Steele, Thornton, Sky, who's drops 3 places down to 43 points, 32nd. McGarrity in 33rd place with Goldies, Leppert for that race victory in the rookies class. Amazing up there. Let's take a look at the championship standings. Ricky Edwards leading the way and extending that advantage at 4 places here. That 10-point advantage over Scott Morris in 2nd place. Peter Simmons, he climbs 3 places to 3rd and is only 3 points behind Morris now. However, Clist, he's right in the fight as well, only 2 points behind Simmons on 54 and in 4th place. Goodacre drops 4 places and starting to get a cut of drift. He's signing points with William Marsden for 5th on 48 points. Likewise with Duncan Steele as well. Sky demoted 5 places. Didn't see Miko Sky this race for Checkers Racing, so hence that, and he's down 43 points. Alfie McGarrity climbed to place for Spud Motorsport into 9th on 39 points. Peter Goldies only 2 points behind though in 10th, and Lepit with that rookie victory in race 2 gets 33 points from this round. Cracking result. Kennington James there rounding out the Rookies Championship. Now let's take a look at the team's championship after round 3. Mad for Mini moving up there a couple of places up to 347. Pulses Esports being demoted a place there with Sapphire Simsport also climbing place, but those top 2 are definitely in a league of their own right now. Goldwing Motorsport, they climb place into 4th and only 6 points behind 3rd. UK Sim Racing, seeing their drivers today, so they had demoted 3 places on 207 points. 3rd Racing Team on 202. Insignia climb a place into 7th. Team ORD into 8th. And Spud Motorsport into 9th on 149 points. Spud Motorsport starting to get adrift a little bit from Team ORD there in the pack above them. However, Checkers Racing rounding out your top 10 with XVR Sim Racing. Only 10 points behind. There's TR powered by Geeks Energy, Positive Racing, and 1D Racing. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What a race yet again here in the VBTCR Championship. Never fails to deliver. We saw action and drama when we visited Oulton Park last season. And yet again, we've seen it once more. Said it was a great circuit before the race 1. And yet again, it has not failed to deliver. And with some cracking results for some of our drivers, you know, Pearce returning to winning ways. But what about that victory for Mace in race 2, his first victory of the season? Now making it 5 different winners from 6 races so far this season. It's definitely not a whitewash and no dominant force like we saw last season. Likewise, down into the rookie class as well. That is incredibly tight, incredibly competitive. Therefore, can't wait for the next round in 2 weeks' time. Of course, the Joker round. The choices, as we mentioned, for race 1 with Okayama, Suzuka, Twin Ring Motegi, and Sakuba. I know Sakuba are leading the way. Looks like we're going to be heading there. Short track, lots of cars, especially in touring cars. That is going to be absolutely epic if we do end up there. And we're going to have drama from the green flag to the checker flag in both races. Make sure you tune in for that one. I've been Tim Cox with Shane Dunn. Thank you very much and good night. We'll see you in a couple of weeks' time.